folks, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have had a couple more prospects have their top 30 visits with the team. The first prospect I want to talk about is Tennessee offensive tackle Darnell Wright. And whenever you look at Darnell Wright out of Tennessee and what he is as a prospect, I feel like it is first very important to look at what his history is as an offensive lineman, because he has played a couple of positions along the offensive line. He most recently played right tackle in the previous season that he had in college, but the year before he played left tackle, and then even going back a little bit further, he has played right guard at some points as well. And I've talked about this a lot with the Buccaneers, Todd Bowles, Jason Light, the entirety of the Buccaneers organization. If you are a versatile player, you are going to be valuable to the Buccaneers. You need to have that versatility, or I guess I should say you don't need it, but the more versatile that you can be, the more different positions that you can play, the more valuable you are going to be. So Darnell Wright certainly checks that box, as he has played, again, both tackle positions and right guard as well. Now, Wright has great size for an offensive lineman. 6'5", 333 pounds. He graded very well, both in terms of play and in terms of athleticism while at the combine. I guess I should say in terms of his overall play at Tennessee and his athleticism at the combine. And just going over his numbers, you take a look at it. He ran a 5.01 40-yard dash, a 1.81 10-yard split, a 29-inch vertical jump, a 9-foot 6-inch broad jump, and overall, at least in terms of whatever ratings metrics that the NFL uses for their prospect evaluations and whatnot, Darnell Wright was ranked third in athleticism score for all offensive tackles at the combine. That's pretty darn good, and it would continue a trend that the Buccaneers have had lately in terms of drafting offensive linemen, where they have been looking for really good athletes at those positions. Tristan Wirfs, we all know that man is an insane athlete for a man of his stature. Looks like a guy like Darnell Wright would be in a similar-ish type of vein. Now, I will say, in terms of prospect comparisons, or player comparisons, I guess I should say, he's been compared to DJ Fluker by Lance Zierlein of the NFL Network and Cordy Glenn by Joe Marino of the Draft Network. Now, both of those players have played, especially in the terms of DJ Fluker, I believe he's played mainly right tackle. He's also played a little bit of guard. Similar things can be said with Cordy Glenn. So it does, again, talk to the overall versatility that you will see out of Darnell Wright. And really, he is a guy that you can plug in a lot of different positions along that offensive line and play him at those spots. And as I've said, it would give the Buccaneers a lot of flexibility, specifically at offensive tackle. Wright could play either left tackle or right tackle, depending on what you want to do with Tristan Wirfs. If the Bucs do want to go ahead with that experiment and say, hey, we're going to go ahead and play Tristan Wirfs at left tackle, then you could slot Darnell Wright into that right tackle spot, have him battle it out with Luke Gedeke. If you don't want to go that route and you want to keep Tristan Wirfs over at right tackle, then you very well could put Darnell Wright in at left tackle. He has certainly got the size. He has the experience playing left tackle in the past as well, and that is something that you could realistically do. I don't think anybody would blame you in that situation. Now, my personal opinion, I think that it is pretty likely that Darnell Wright will be playing right tackle in the NFL. It is what he technically played the most in college. He did play a full season at left tackle, but I believe he played 1.5, if not 2 full seasons at right tackle and a little bit at right guard. So he has played the most at right tackle in college. It seems like that would be his spot in the NFL, but at the end of the day, look, you never know. Whenever Tristan Wirfs was getting drafted in the NFL, some people viewed him as a left tackle, and we have seen those types of things happen so often in NFL drafts in the past, of guys getting drafted at certain positions and moving around, especially along the offensive line. So you never know. You really do never know. Darnell Wright could play right tackle. He could play left tackle. Wherever he would be placed, I feel like he would do a pretty good job. Now, he has actually been a pretty popular name in terms of being mocked to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at pick number 19 in recent weeks, and he could very well be a legitimate option. It would not surprise me at all if Darnell Wright was taken earlier in the NFL draft. There has been a good amount of mock drafts that have not had him making it to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers selection, but if he is there, again, much like I've said with some other prospects in the past, guys like Nolan Smith and Adatami one, some of the other names that have been out there, I think that Darnell Wright would be a legitimate consideration for the Bucs at pick 19. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think that whenever you look at the needs for the Bucs, they still haven't gone out and signed a veteran offensive tackle. They could be making a lot of changes to their offensive line in terms of guys moving around, which could be seen as a little bit of a gamble. You could lessen that gamble a pretty significant amount by drafting a guy like Darnell Wright and plugging him in at one of those tackle positions would give you, I would say, a pretty decent amount of relief and maybe shore up one of those tackle spots if you were to take him at pick 19, if he is available. Again, he is one of those guys, much like in the case of some of the other prospects that we have talked about, who has been getting mocked a little bit earlier than where the Buccaneers are selecting. Some mock drafts have him taken at pick 19, but at the end of the day, you never know. But hey, Darnell Wright is a prospect that I'm a huge fan of. I think that it certainly does fit a need for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and this certainly could be a match if he is available. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions about Darnell Wright down in the comments section below. I would love to hear them. Do you want to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Darnell Wright? Do you want to see them go in a different direction? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I would love to hear them. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. And as always, folks, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.